Hello everyone, I'm Chibiyuto and you're listening to Clamp Talk. I'm here with my dear friend Marianne. Hello Marianne.
Hello.
Could you tell everyone where we are?
We are currently in Montreal.
That's right, we are in Montreal and we are about to do this Clamp Talk after 5 years. The last one was 5 years ago.
Yes.
This is the probably the most random podcast there is.
Probably.
There is no frequency for it. Just it comes out whenever it's ready, whenever it comes out.
Whenever you meet the right people.
Whenever I meet the right people, whenever I'm in the right situation, and unfortunately, that's how it is.
Yep.
So, but right now we can do it. So let's do it. Let's talk about Clamp. It's our favorite thing to talk about.
Indeed.
So, the thing that's been talking about the most at the moment, it's Captor Sakura. I mean, who would have thought 5 years ago, the last time we did this, who would have thought that 5 years later we will be talking about the sequel of Captor Sakura?
Yes.
Yes.
Who would? I mean, it was over and we were expecting to have maybe more Tsubasa, but not Captor Sakura.
Did you ever think that Clamp would one day resume or do a sequel for Captor Sakura?
I wouldn't have thought it would be Captor Sakura. It could have been something like Tokyo Babylon who become a part of X, where it's a totally different universe, but the characters
are still... Like a sequel, but not a direct sequel.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have thought they would use back the Captor Sakura, but sure, it's a big name, and even after 20 years, it's still quite the big name among
that's true.
the industry.
I guess it caught everybody by surprise. Like no one was expecting. Sure, there probably are some people that thought they were hoping for it. I mean, we all hoped for it at one point in our lives.
Yes.
Captor Sakura was probably the first Clamp for many people, including myself. So, I mean, maybe not you because...
No, I was looking back in which I...
As I said, as Marianne look around like, no, I started earlier. Yeah, but for most people, including me, it was, and we were like, no, it's not supposed to be over. I want a sequel. I want it never to be over. But we've learned from X that you should never ever wish something to never end. It's the worst feeling.
Yes.
It's good, people. It's good when things have end. It's necessary.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts so far about the sequel of Captor Sakura? Let's clear card. We only have 3 volumes. The 3rd volume is not out yet, but it's been published in the magazine. So, what are your thoughts so far?
I think it's very in the same spirit as the first series.
I agree.
Of course, they are a little bit older, but you have the same feeling, the same
atmosphere.
The sometimes slice of life, sometimes school manga, sometimes magic girl. So I really think it's about the same, except for Sharon was a bit more gloomy than it was in the first series.
Right.
Although it was more like grumpy in the first, so maybe he will lose the gloomy.
Yeah, but he has matured a lot.
Also,
he's in the beginning of the original series, he was very grumpy and kind of bratty.
Yeah, and very critical of Sakura and Keiro-chan.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
Yep.
And what about the art? What do you think about the art?
The art is more mature, especially the very first chapter of Captor Sakura, which look very like the last chapter of Magic Knight Art. They are 2 months apart, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
So now it was really there was a good evolution in the first series over the 4 years it lasted, and now I think it's all the Chobits and last
Tsubasa.
Tsubasa X. It's more kind to that. It feels more natural, the entire drawing.
I see. I just have one critic for the
Go.
art. It's been I've said this on my site and elsewhere, but regarding the stroke, the line strokes are pretty thick. Because I remember reading in an interview where Okawa had said and requested to Mokona to use the thinnest
line, so they're
yes,
almost not there.
They're almost not there, exactly. It's the clamp work with the thinnest line. And maybe it has to do also, it could have something to do with the younger audience that they were reaching out at that time, although right now it's supposed to be the same audience, but maybe it was Sakura's vision that was younger and purer and more. She was yes. So she was 3 years older than than she is now. So maybe that's the way it was supposed to be. But now the lines are thicker, and at first that bothered me a little because it felt like, although what you said, Clamp were trying to adapt the design.
Thinking of the interview where they were saying doing Magic Knight art was hellish because they had so many tones to put and so many tones. And so Captor Sakura was just puring it. Everything should be pure, easy to draw.
Lots of white.
Yes. No tone. So there was a spirit of in French we say ras-le-bol.
Rebellion?
No, it's just I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's
enough.
Like, it's
so,
it's an opposition, like
so maybe right now they are not in that kind of spirit, and they say, maybe we should add a little bit. Maybe it's plain a bit.
Yeah, it's like the art movements. If you look at art history, the one movement would do A, and the following movement will do the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite.
They're always opposing each other. So it could be something, as you said. But I mean, I just figured that out. Actually, I wasn't giving. I just, as I was saying, I just came up with a possible reason for the stroke, because the stroke being so thick is that maybe before in the original series they wanted to show through the eyes of a younger Sakura and a almost child Sakura, and now she's in middle school. So
the drawing are more
I mean,
they put more work into it. It's less.
I wouldn't say work, because there was a lot of work back then also.
No, and
it's just
it's not
rawer vision.
Yeah,
I don't know if that word even exists, but
no,
it's just.
I understand what you want to say, but yes, indeed, maybe it was a very pure version.
Exactly.
And now that is getting more mature, it's. I would say there's a more technique, more different technique in the drawing. It's more
sure, and also since we're talking about that,
it's not Veda, but
yeah, and since we're talking about screen tones and new techniques, I don't know if you heard that Clamp are no longer using analog screen tones, like the ones that are.
Are physically...
Yes, not a physical thing. It's all digital now. How do you feel about that?
It's probably easier and faster for them to do it.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So probably that's why they switch.
Yes.
That make them more digital than they were.
Yes.
Did they move to draw, not draw, but color their image In
No,
no,
it's
not yet.
that hasn't changed. I mean,
Okay, no, I mean Go Drag was done on
yes,
computer,
yes.
and Sakura is still on
It's still on
Copic.
analog. Yes, yes. It's still Copic, and it's not digital coloring yet.
Okay, yet.
No, let's hope it stays like this. But so you're okay with the fact that they're using?
Well, I guess they have to be okay.
Okay.
Sure, it's a long way from Niju Menso, where they had to use the leftover from Veda to use it to Niju Menso and manage to do something with the leftover.
Yeah.
They were very, very in trouble. So I guess not having to go by your tone physically is a big improvement for their time and schedule.
But they would have someone to do that,
Probably.
It's just they were saying that it's getting harder and harder to find screen tones. I mean, the physical thing.
Okay, yeah. If everybody were.
Because they were saying that some paper stores, they no longer carry it, which is really sad. And I personally prefer the analog versus the digital. I like more when it's the non-digital. I think the digital is
doesn't quite give the same feeling.
Yes, and you can tell when it's digital. It looks a little, I mean, too digital or
too perfect.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. Just look a little fake.
Yeah, fake. Exactly.
So
yeah, that's what I mean by too perfect.
I don't know if they are still mastering the art of digital screen tone, because I've seen some very good digital screen tone application, and maybe they're still
learning,
practicing. Yes, so and it makes me think if ever X goes back, if they're gonna use digital screen tone, and the thought makes me cringe a little.
That may look weird.
Because there's a lot more than in Captor Sakura. There's or Tsubasa, there's a lot of screen tones. So I wonder how that will look digitally. But that's another topic for X's. Unfortunately, nowhere coming back soon. So, yeah. Okay, so we talk about the art. We talk about our thoughts about the series resuming, and let's talk about theories now. So, what are your theories for this arc? Who do you think is the... Well, first of all, do you have any idea of what's going on?
I would say Akiho is under the spell of the book. The book is...
the Alice in
Alice in
Clockland. Clockland, sorry. Alice in Bookland. No.
Definitely on the cover of the book.
There is something
there is the same pattern that it's on Yuna's clock.
Yeah.
And it's the same pattern we saw when the clock.
That's why I thought it would. Okay, so go.
Yeah, when the clocked one was on the clockwork.
Yeah.
You had the same ends. Clock ends. So I will really think the book is behind it, and probably is it's taking Akio.
I see.
The same as the sword was taking Rika when she attacked Sakura in the first series. So I would say she's possessed.
Really? Even when she's like normal and so cute and adorable.
She's normal and she's no cute and she's adorable. But when physically the antagonist appears in the neighborhood, the electric pole just in front of Sakura's house, there was physically someone there.
Okay.
So I would guess...
you mean the cloaked figure on top of the light pole?
Exactly. So I would think she is Hakio, who is possessed.
Okay, and that leads me to the question: who do you think is the cloaked figure?
It's the book.
The book,
The
okay,
book.
the book's manifestation
Yeah,
or
the book
whatever.
manifestation and the dream with Sakura, with this the dragon
Yeah,
and
there's a creature,
exactly. So
snake-like
this
creature.
is a scene we'll see in the future when
Which is something that we've seen like many times in Claim series. They always use that.
exactly, especially in Cardcaptor Sakura, the first series, more with the anime series than the book series. But yeah, she'll have the dream and she will end up exactly like that, just like when she fought against Yue or Ariel.
Okay, those are nice theories. And do you any ideas on the clear cards?
Clear cards. Now that's a bit more complicated.
Any guesses on how many we will be seeing? We've seen, I guess, 10 or 11 so far.
About 10, yeah. It depends how many others she catch, and maybe at some point she will be turning her own card into clear cards. That could be. So it will be kind of a mix between the card Captor Sakura and the Claw card. But the Sakura card and the Claw card, which are mixed together.
I don't think they will lose the status of Sakura card. I think there's a lot of meaning in that also, because they have her name on it, so it will lose the status of Sakura card. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if that will happen. I mean, maybe, but
yeah. But on the other side, she gave her staff to the other Sakura, so she doesn't need them to unless the clear. Not the clear card, the staff can work on.
That's a little funky because in the beginning of Clear Card, we still see that she has the key with her, yes. So it's still with her somehow. We haven't seen her giving away the staff yet, so.
No, it will come in the future because Yuko is still alive right now.
Right, but there's the whole theory and the whole thing about Tsubasa and the universes and the different futures and realities so that's something that we are to see how they will deal with that and if they are gonna deal with that. But for the moment, it will be just some theories. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, my own theories is she will give away her own stuff, and the Sakura card will become clear cards too.
I see. Okay, so that's your theory. I understand. Okay.
And after that, the clear card themselves, they're probably byproduct of the possessed book. Not really possessed, but the possessive book. A bit like Ariel was doing some weird phenomenon, which were unrelated to cards. I think Sakura is turning those loose phenomenon into cards.
Okay, I see.
Because there is no magic in the cards themselves, so maybe.
No, which cards you're talking about? No magic?
The clear cards. UA said there is no magic in this card.
No, it wasn't in the clear cards. It was in her own cards that had disappeared, sort of.
It was
when they went transparent.
The move.
Oh, he was feeling the move.
When he decided he didn't feel any magic from
it.
What
move?
The one with she was moving the.
Action.
Action.
Okay.
Not the move. No, you're right. It's the card, the clue card.
Wrong card.
Wrong set of cards.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about the anime now.
Yep.
Okay, it's coming up. High expectations everywhere. We have almost the whole staff back, which is great. Not only the director, but the music director, the sound director, yes, and the whole cast also is back, and our beloved Okawa is also back.
Indeed,
doing what she does the best.
Yep.
So as the solo writer and the solo series compositor,
Yep.
which is great. So let's hope she writes a lot of episodes, all of them if possible.
Finger crossed.
Fingers crossed. And so, what do you think about the anime? How long is it going to be?
Probably it won't be a 26 episode. It will be longer than that.
You think it will be longer than 26?
About every series from Clam to which are published by Kodansha get more longer series. For example, Tsubasa had 3 planned, only 2 came out, but same
you
for
didn't get
Oli.
all the OADs, so
Exactly. Plus, Evan Chobits had 27 episodes.
yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
I still consider that a 26
Yeah, it's more
episode.
24.
24?
Because there are 3 filler episodes where
Okay.
they're trying to they're catching up. It was the fashion back in the early 2000 to do episode which were somewhere
Yeah,
in
but
the rest.
there are still like, even with that filler, it would be 26.
There are 3 fillers.
Okay, but they aired.
24.
They were aired on
Yeah,
TV, right?
yep.
So
Yeah.
okay, you can.
That's it. Yeah, so
It's
20
weird that's
60.
starting in January. So maybe
It's
that
not a big, not the kind of season they will put
Yeah.
it. So probably it's going to be longer than 24 because it will still be there when we get to April.
yeah, that's what I think. That
And
maybe.
it probably will go all the way to October at least.
Yeah, because the January premiere thing kind of hints that it could be longer than 24 or
Yep.
26 episodes. What about movies? Are we going to have movies?
Clearly. I mean, they
Is-
even put the
Is
old
there-
movies back in theaters.
Is there any doubt? I mean, yeah. I
Unless
also
the
think-
whole series is a total flop.
Yeah.
If not, but I don't really see how it could be a flop unless they really work hard to make it a flop because even the new Sailor Moon series is
It lasted for a few seasons, even with
Yeah.
all the criticism going on.
exactly, even if it's not the same staff, not the
Mhm.
same seiyuu, it still managed to get that long. So I would guess, and what we saw so far of the series in the manga, it's not totally out of there.
Yeah.
So my guess is 13 plus 26, probably something about 36, 38 episodes for the very least. It could
That
go
sounds about right. It would be like the Claw Card anime arc,
exactly. It could even
which started in April and ended in December. So it would
Exactly.
be like the other way around, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay, that sounds like plausible. What else? Let's hope Mokona will join the team to draw
Yay.
the
The
costumes
costume because
and possibly new cards if there's going to be
yeah,
any.
they're probably going to be new cards because
Yeah, I
for
wonder.
30 some episodes or even not 60 but 50 there's are missing. They can't do 4 episodes for the each of the card we have seen so far.
That's true. Anything else you'd like to add about this new version, this sequel of Cardcaptor Sakura?
I would say clear card will be just clear card. There won't be another after it.
Another arc.
Yeah, or if there is 20 years in the future.
I have the same theory that maybe like it's not going to be something as frequent as Tsubasa, for example. We know that Tsubasa will coming back.
Yes.
Will be coming back eventually, and then be on break again, and then come back again. It's just a given.
Yeah.
Because they,
No,
Shaoran and
it's a nature of this kind of story.
yeah, it could be going for quite a while. I'm not sure I like that, but it could be
But I
going.
like it for shonen. I like it that they take breaks and then they come back, because some other shonen are just going. I'm reading Detective Conan,
Yeah.
and this is non-stop since a good while. We are about to hit chapter 1,000. 1,000. So no, having some break where we can have something else than Tsubasa, I find it healthy.
Absolutely, I totally agree. So, so yeah, you were saying no more arcs unless, because we could have Sakura in her teens, as a grown up, even,
Yeah.
as you said, either on a different series or her own series, but older. But yeah, another 10 or 20 years later, maybe, to give us time to,
Yeah,
explore other.
find new series.
Yeah, because also there's a little bit of criticism here because it's going great so far. I really like the series, and it's making us travel back to those
Years.
joyful days and years of following Sakura, and this is the real time following it. Is the first time for me and for many people following the series.
Chapter by
yeah,
chapter.
chapter by chapter as they publish it. Because when I started liking Sakura, this series was already over. So
Yeah, me too. When I started both the anime
yeah,
and the manga, it was all
exactly.
I binge watch and then binge read, and that's it.
Yes, so it's been great. But speaking of structure, it's basically the same structure. I mean, there are new cards. She's capturing. Well, okay, she's securing them, but it's the same thing.
Yep.
And each chapter there's a new card, and there is someone new, a transfer student. It's the same formula. So, is there going to be something different? Yes, I think there will. I don't think Clamp will do the exact same thing. Of course, they have a plan. I believe that. But they can't be doing that over and over again. So let's say, okay, this is the clear card arc, and now we're going to do the dark card arc, or whatever the name you call it. It's just they can't. There's a limit to the cards that they can make. I mean, right?
I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. So because it may get overused, and readers might think, okay, this again. Although with Holic going on for so long, they're probably happy about it. Anything to add more about
I
Sakura?
would add that currently there are a lot of series which are being rebooted. We talk about Sailor Moon, but there are other series which are coming back for their
anniversary. Yeah.
So it's kind of a mood. Maybe it won't be a mood 5 years in the future, and so the occasion to do a new series of Sakura won't show itself before a few decades.
That makes sense. So, quickie one. How many volumes do you predict for this arc? I'm making all the hard questions.
Well, I would say maybe 9.
9.
9 books for the manga.
That's an odd number for Sakura, because we had 6.
But we don't have a series in Clamp which has 9
you
books.
won't rest until you have your 9-book series, right?
I'm not saying that, but they could be trying to get, because we have Chobit which have 8, Tokyo Babylon which has 7. 6 we have
well, we would have Clover.
Yeah, but we have Kobato.
You're right, Kobato.
And 5 you have Angelic Layer, and
True.
4, 3, 2, 1, that's
there are plenty of options.
plenty for each. There's a 9 book missing, so I'll
and 10
take
we
the
have
guess.
Rigveda.
Yeah, 10 is Rig Veda.
No 11.
No 11
No
for
12.
now. 12 is Card Sakura the first.
Yeah.
13, no 13. No 14. And then after that it's complicated.
Yeah, it changes a lot. Yeah. So 9 volumes. Okay, I would say somehow 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say
The same as the
yes.
first series.
I think it's going to be another 4 years. So we've had the first year just ended.
Uh-huh.
So it led to 3 volumes kind of. So the next year going to be more 3 volumes, and we will have the end of the first half of the arc. Let's call it this way, or maybe the end of the clear card arc. I don't know, but then we will have another batch of 6 volumes, so that by the end of it, the anime will be over as well, and the movie, and they will both end together like they always do.
Yep.
So we all know they need the manga to be running to promote the anime, and
so it probably will
vice
last
versa.
as long as the anime
yes.
will last.
So considering that it will last for 2 or 3 years, then yeah.
No, I'm
just
calculating. I'm calculating.
I can clearly see some like going on for another 3 years or.
Yeah, my guess was that the anime will be more compact.
Shorter.
It won't be not
As
shorter,
long.
but more compact. Yeah, a bit shorter, but the anime of Cardcaptor Sakura, the first, you had a bunch of episodes with many months in between. It first started in 1908 and it ended in 2000. And there's a lot of
the first series,
the first series. Yeah, the first series on TV, the anime.
I see. So it was like it took a long time to air everything for the first time.
Yeah, and they had breaks because they had to produce more in more manga chapter. So I would guess that this time they think Okawa thought to make it more compact. So the anime will be more compact. And
because the industry has changed a lot, so they don't do that anymore. That kind of
of cliffhanger, and you'll get
and long breaks like that. So, well, we'll see. Yeah, maybe it could last short. Maybe
so having a shorter
anime. Let me reformulate my theory. My answer. So I'm thinking of multiples of 6. So. It's either going to be 6 or 12. But or it could be 9, 18. Of course. Or 18. Oh my god. Some people will be very happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else to add about Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card? Your favorite character or something that you saw that was interesting or something that you want to see?
I'm quite pleased with the new dynamic in the separate classroom that Yamazaki with Naoko or with Shaoran and Sakura, Tomoyo, Chiharu and Akiho are in separate classroom. I think it's a welcome change when they're not all together as if it was a magic that they were all put together.
I agree. It's like, I mean, life it's hard, so you don't get to stay with your friends like always. Like you and I, we see each other every few years.
Exactly.
So life isn't easy. So I agree with you on that. I haven't thought about that, and it makes sense. Yeah.
We'll see if we do multiple years, because in Cardcaptor Sakura the first claw card are in the grade 4 and the second one is in grade 5. So we'll see if we last over more than a year, or if they will stay at the same year all along.
Okay, so just came in today. The highly unpopular series HiGH&LOW will be ending by the next chapter. So it's going to be a 1-volume long series. It might come back one day. Hopefully not, but we never know. And so that leaves a space for another series for them to work on, hopefully. So what are your guess? Which series is going to be picked up again, or are they going to start a new one? Oh my God, no.
It could be. It's sure that HiGH&LOW was tough to start HiGH&LOW, so maybe they will return to HiGH&LOW to introduce a new Tsubasa series.
So, but then they would have to handle like 3 series, and they haven't. It's been a long time since
No,
they've done that.
that's yeah. They would be keeping the unfinished, and just getting the some series longer, not giving them ends. So that's a possibility.
Okay.
Another possibility is they will come back to drag and drop.
Oh,
and
that would be so
finish
great.
finish that one which has been neglected since
Since
Holic.
always, yeah.
No, not always. Since yeah, for pretty much. In fact, no, but
I think it's the one series that changed magazines the most.
clearly,
right?
yeah,
It started in Mystery DX.
Mystery DX.
Then went to Shoujo Teikaku, yes, and then Asuka. And then Young Ace.
For two tankobon in Young Ace, it's stability.
That's quite an achievement. Yes. That was funny. Yeah, because there was maybe one volume in Mystery DX.
Yes.
Then one volume in
Shoujo
Teikaku. I always forget that name. And then one volume in Asuka magazine, right? The third one. It was the third one.
Yes,
yeah.
it was the third one.
It was fully published in Asuka.
I think so.
Yeah, and now two in Young Ace. I don't think this ever happened to another Clamp series. 4 magazines.
Clearly, it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
They're fighting like devils to keep it alive.
Yeah. Indeed, like no one wants Go Drug or Drug and Drop, whatever. They even changed the title. Wow, because even Tokyo Babylon moved in and out from South to Wings
and same for
Riguveda. Yeah, Riguveda was also in South. It
South.
started in South. So
yeah,
the first 2 were the very
beginning. After that it became very regular in the Wings. But it started in South, and sometime in the first time they were moving.
Same for Tokyo Babylon. Then Wings became its official home later.
Yep.
But then we had a Holic move to Besatsu Shonen magazine.
Yep.
Tsubasa went to the monthly Shonen magazine, and Kobato went to
Change publisher.
Yeah, change publisher, which is something that never happened before. I mean, running an ongoing series. Maybe later we had rights were sold after a series was over, but not during publication, which was interesting. And I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the record for most magazines stays with Drug and Drop / Go Drug.
Go Drug and Drop.
Yeah, and so far it's still in Young Ace as far as we know.
Yeah, they had a picture.
The website.
Just a few months ago.
And they published Kazahaya in the front cover, and they gave a card. I think it was a quote card for a few people as a gift. So it's still considered
to be a young magazine.
Of the family of Young Ace. Young Ace,
you're right.
So we'll see why it's not resumed. Maybe.
There's also the problem with the magazines themselves. They have a certain number of series, so they have to wait for one to close so they can resume the other, or maybe another other to take a break. Or
maybe there's also an issue with the public, the audience for the magazine. Like maybe the current audience is not really
the one.
Yes, maybe they need more series like Drag and Drop to resume it, because as far as we know, Nekoi would be more than happy to draw Drag and Drop. She's always talking about it. She's always happy about it. So, and she's not doing any series. I mean, she's not the main artist of any series right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, even Holic's on a break.
Mhm.
So she could freely work on Drag and Drop. So clearly, it's not a matter of being busy. I mean, of course, the other members help, but the main work, it's from Nikoi.
Mhm.
And then Okawa. Okay,
Yep.
of course. Because she writes.
Yeah, she writes
and she's
everything.
been writing the billion Karikaru Sakura episodes that are about to come.
Yep.
So, but we'll see. Yeah, if Holic is picked up, it would be great. If Tsubasa is picked up, I think it's a little too soon for that. I would wait a bit longer.
Oh, yeah, it could take a bit longer.
Yeah, because like Holic will remain halfway there with the Witch of Dementia arc unfinished. That's weird. And if Gate 7 is picked up, that would be awesome. Cause
Also, yeah,
that would be really cool.
because it's been on break.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really started even when they put it on break. So
Yes, and also was stopped halfway. So, and it looked very promising.
yeah.
And the art is great. It could influence Captor Sakura's art in a good way, which we all hope. We all want Sakura to look more older and
Yay.
So
Yeah, and that's a problem with Captor Sakura right now. We have the Tsubasa design.
influence. Yeah.
Not the influence, but the design is they have uncanny long limbs.
Yeah.
So Sakura looks so young or even kids, because the Tsubasa characters were looking like like no human being look.
Mhm.
So it's Sakura look like a tiny girl.
But I
compared-
I don't see that in Tsubasa. I mean, I don't. They were pretty long in Tsubasa, and she is not very long in the current series. So I'm not sure how
Oh,
much.
I'm not sure. I don't say it's influencing. I'm saying that we have Tsubasa in our head, and they
okay.
look like kids because
Okay,
the other
so we were used to a certain standard. There is a strange standard because Tsubasa is like overly.
Yeah, we have Sakura from Tsubasa, which is very, very long.
For a
and-
14-year-old.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, or Sakura, which is 14, 13.
Which with Sakura Kinomoto?
Captor Sakura from.
She would be 12 now.
Okay, so they are 2 years apart, but she looks so little compared to the long Sakura
I
from
see.
Tsubasa.
Okay, so it's messing up with our.
Or perceptions.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, it could be. Okay, so let's wait and see what series picked up, or maybe no series at all will be picked up, and Clamp will be working on only one series.
Yeah, maybe for a year, and after that they
Yeah,
will
which is.
take few. But yeah. it
When
will
was
be-
the last time Clamp had only one series working?
That's a long time
Ligo
ago.
Veda?
It sounds like it.
I think at one point they were only working. No, not even, because X was
Yeah,
already
there was-
around.
Yeah, and there was always Tsubasa and
And
Holic,
Holic
so
together.
even if and they had Kobato on
Yeah.
top of it, and
Yeah, has the yeah, no, then Drag and Drop came back. So no, I would say it's
yeah,
been.
and there's always those odd series at the first where you had Shinshin Kaden or you had Nijo Menso, and just one, yeah, that's Rigveda. And even back then, they were working on other stuff to come.
Yeah, and
And-
stuff that weren't published in real books, like some loose chapters that were never became full series.
Exactly. So,
And their doujinshis as well. Okay, so it's a
so
first
it
for.
would be a first if
it would
there's
be a
only
first, which it's unlikely, but we have to take into account that they are No more any younger than they were before, so
No.
they have less productivity, let's call it this way. And but yeah, let's hope for another series, and then we can have more clamp.
I would say no, drag and drop is more likely because
More likely?
there's less work on it. It's not as fancy as Gate 7, where you have all
Yeah,
those...
Gate 7 is pretty. It looks pretty difficult. I mean, it looks like they spent a lot of time drawing it, because it looks very similar to X even.
Yeah, very.
I mean, it's just a little.
There's some twist, but it's very.
It's less a bit less hard. It looks a bit less hard than X.
Yeah, it's what worked. It's less fancy.
Yeah, less detail or whatever. But yeah, so that would make Mokona work exclusively on Cardcaptor Sakura, and then Nekoi could work on Drag and Drop. Let's hope for it. Okay, so I think we're wrapping up here. So thanks a lot for joining me today.
My pleasure.
It's been fun. It's always nice, and hopefully the next episode will come out 5 years from now.
Probably.
Who can tell where we will be? So.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for listening, and keep supporting Clamp, and keep reading their stories, and maybe we'll see each other again. When? I have no idea, but thanks for listening so far. Okay, bye. Say bye, Marianne.
Bye. Sorry.